Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Louder, louder. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Shri Harinama Sankirtana Mahayagna ki Thank you, devotees. I forgot your name. Mimi? Nice. So Mimi, right? Mimi. So we met Mimi at the Hippie Fest. And she was so interested that she wanted to take home a copy of Srimad Bhagavatam. So very nice to have you here. We can begin the prayers. Om Ajnanatimidandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroho Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsta Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Avadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paśtatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangulangayate girim yac-chraddhaḥ vande Shri Gurum Dīnatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Thank you, devotees. So, this chanting is a very easy process. I mentioned this many times. Is it an easy process to do what? Because we need to have a goal. Everyone is looking for a goal. And once they reach that goal, they figure out whatever they thought of as the goal is no longer the goal. So the goal post shifts. So everyone is shifting goal posts in this world. Because the goal, until it can guarantee cessation from all miseries, all fears, and all anxieties and all ignorance, the goal is a false goal. It's not the real goal. So Krishna's one of the names. Krishna is what, the gods, one of the names is his his ashraya, dhyeya, right? Ashraya means who's fit to be. Saranya, I'm sorry, that's the word I was getting. Saranya. Saranya means where we can seek recourse, seek shelter. He is the goal. Krishna says, Gathir Bharata Prabhur Sakshi. He is the Gatihi. He is the final goal. He is the path. He is the goal. So right now I'm changing goalposts, so I do not know the goal. So sometimes we might realize, I know the process I'm following. I know I'm chanting. I know I'm reading Bhagavad Gita. But sometimes we can forget what we are doing it for. So two things must be very clear. Actually, even three things. You can repeat after me. Sambandha, Abhideya, Prayojana. If these three things are very clear in our mind, Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana, I'll explain what that is. How many of you already know what that is? Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Yeah, but how many of you have heard this in the correct context? You have heard about this. Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana. Harihan Prabhu, okay. Anyone else? No. Okay, so let me explain. So to do spiritual activity nicely, smoothly, we need to have these three things in mind very nicely. Sambandha means where am I and who am I? For instance, I'm meant to be working for Apple in Cupertino in California, but I'm working in an Indian grocery store or something like I'm working for 7-Eleven. So you know this is where you're meant to be because your skills are so nice, but this is where I am. So Sambandha means what I am potentially capable of and where am I right now. So this understanding, right? So when I realize my own innate connection with Krishna, this is my innate nature. My innate nature is to be joyful, is to be full of knowledge, is to be eternal. This is my nature. Satchitananda, this is my nature. And I have a loving relationship with God. This is my nature. No one can escape love in this world. Even if we try to escape love, we want to have a dog or a cat to love, serve. Service and love we cannot escape in this world. Right? Even if someone is staying alone, they want something to touch, feel, to exchange reciprocation with. Even jnanis who leave everything, knowledgeable people, they go to the Himalayas, they are great yogis, but because they don't have the right understanding of love, they again come back to this material world and engage in philanthropic activities. Why? This nature to reciprocate love is present in us. But we are trying to repose that nature of love in the realm of matter and we are getting frustrated. We're trying to impose, exchange, feel this love. I'm trying to love a boy, I'm trying to love a girl, I'm trying to love dogs, I'm trying to love cats, but they're leaving this world. So this nature is there. Sambandha means the first thing is what I am really, and I'm capable of, but where am I right now? If this is not clear, you can't do the process. You can't chant Hare Krishna mantra, you can't read Bhagavad Gita. This is even if I read, I won't feel I need it. Because how do you feel you need something? Because you have a very clear understanding of who I am and what I should be capable of and where am I right now. It's very clear in my mind. That is the potential difference that drives the current of practice. What is the potential difference? Just like you need a voltage to light up a bulb. You need a potential difference. If the voltage is there, then the bulb lights up. If the current flows. There is some high difference, the water flows. Is it not? Similarly, the high difference is where am I right now? I'm stuck by my mind. I'm stuck with my intelligence. I'm a servant of my senses right now. I'm being kicked by my mind and senses. Though I'm thinking I'm very comfortable, I'm being kicked by my mind and senses here and there. So where is the question of freedom within this environment? I desire freedom, but right now I'm imprisoned within my mind and senses, within the prison house, the prison walls, the walls of prison where I cannot even see. This is where I am. So this is who I am. But is this what I'm supposed to be? No. I have the urge to be free. Someone locks me inside a room. I feel threatened. I feel, oh, I want to break out of this room. Someone locks me in an apartment. I feel like I'm being arrested. Someone says you can't leave Auburn Hills. You still feel threatened. Someone says you can't leave US. You feel insecure. Why? I have to go for visa stamping, be in the US for 2-3 years. No, I want freedom. I want to roam all over the world. So this tendency to be free is there. How many of you agree? We want to be free. This nature is there. But I can't be free right now. Why? Because the mind is there. The mind is there. I can go to the US. I can go to Florida. I can go to up north. I can go anywhere I want. But someone follows me always, like the hutch dog. Right? What do you call it? Like, yeah, wherever you go, I follow. That used to be the advertisement for Hutch. I don't know. I think all of us in the same generation. Okay. So wherever you go, I follow. So wherever I go, my mind follows. Correct? So now what do we do with this person, this mind? What do we do with this guy? Wherever I go, he follows. My bad habits follows, my instincts follow. Whatever I did 10 years ago, he again follows. Why do you keep why don't you try it again? What do I do with this? I desire freedom, but my mind is following. Manashrasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Any time a small slip, like Mahasabha Prabhu very nicely said, a small touch of this phone can land me in a completely different zone that I shouldn't be there. Just a small flip, I can lose myself. That's it. Small flip, a small word can completely change my life. So Maya illusion is always there to catch us. We are susceptible to illusion all the time. This is the beginning of spiritual life. Beginning of spiritual life is to understand I am vulnerable to illusion. This is knowledge. That's like when there is COVID, people realize I'm vulnerable to being affected by COVID. I'm vulnerable. I can't do anything I want. I should be careful where I move. I'm vulnerable. This is sanity. This is sanity to realize I'm vulnerable. So freedom does not mean I can do anything I want. It is to be intelligent to know if I want to be happy, then these are the boundaries I should be within so I could become happy. Sambandha means, you can repeat after me, to know where I am and to know where I should be. This clarity is called Sambandha Jnana. Where I should be is to actually love God every moment as our life and soul. This is where I should be. In eternity, realizing my eternal existence as eternal souls. All of the people here are eternal, irrespective whether they are agnostics, atheists, Christians, Muslims, whoever they are, whatever they think about themselves. As long as they are living, they are eternal. They are full of life. They are spirit souls. And we just have to realize it. This is our Sambandha Jnana. Okay, what is the second one I said? What is the second one? Abhidheya. What is it called? And repeat after me. Louder. Abhidheya. Abhidheya means what do you do to lessen this difference? What do you do to lessen the difference? What do you do to realize that objective? To realize that objective. This is what we are doing, chanting. We are reading Bhagavad Gita. When can we feel enthused about it? I need to do this. When can we feel enthused about it? When we are convinced this is my potentiality. I'm potentially capable of this. This is what I deserve to be. I want to be. I desire, I crave to be. This desire is aroused. Then this abhidheya is very strong. Yeah, I can be here. I want. This is nice. I know, nice. And I'm sleeping on a hammock. I ate here. I'm going to this restaurant. I'll go to Panera Bread. I go here. I go there. I'm happy. Then most people are not excited by the prospect of spiritual life because they're happy where they are. Though they are suffering wherever they are. They're suffering wherever they are, they're suffering, but they're happy to be there. Right? So the pig is happy in the stool, eating stool. But the pig is happy I'm eating whatever I'm eating. The pig could eat something better, but the pig is happy in the ditch. I'm happy. I mean, you could be somewhere better. You don't need to be here. You could be in a nice farm, right? You could be there, but you choose to be here, right? So abhidheya, this process becomes attractive to someone who realize what they are capable of being. So this Bhagavad Gita we're going to read. It gives us this sambandha jnana. And as we do this abhidheya, this process more and more and more, we realize the prayojana. What is it? Prayojana means the end, the objective, the final objective. And what is the goal? Prayojana. Prayojana means the love for God. This is the prayojana. So sambandha is who I am actually. This is where I am. And abhideya means what I do. And prayojana means to realize that goal. If Hariyan Prabhu came from Auburn Hills, north, near Bloomfield Hills. So this is Sambandha, to realize I'm in Bloomfield Hills, but I'm meant to be here. Abhidaya means he's driving the car. Prayojana means he's here. Simple. Correct? So we need to be serious in sadhana. Sadhana is synonymous with Abhidaya. So can all of us repeat what are the three things here? Sambandha, Abhidaya, Prayojana. Right? These are the three things. So when we chant Hare Krishna mantra, all the three is included in the Hare Krishna mantra. Okay? It's like one capsule. Vitamin B12 is there, vitamin D is there, what do you say? Zinc is there, calcium is there. Everything is there in one capsule. 60,000 IU vitamin D, right? Everything is there in that one capsule. It's nice. You don't have to take separate supplements. Everything is there in that one capsule. All the nutrients, probiotics, prebiotics, everything is there in one capsule. That capsule is Hare Krishna mantra. That's all. So if you take this capsule, we realize Sambandha Jnana, we realize who am I, we realize what I should do, we realize what is the goal of my life. Right now, I do not know what is my goal because I don't know who I am. If I don't know, if I think I'm this body, my goal is to eat. Very simple. If I think I'm this body, what is my goal? To eat, sleep, and to travel. Correct? So your goals will define your change based on who you think you are. But we get confused about our goals. You know why? Based on what I just said, why do we get confused about our goals? How many of you here get confused about your goals often? And do you know the answer for that?
Change in desire.
Okay, what is the reason for changing desires? I just said.
Changing circumstance.
Okay, change circumstances need not change my goals.
Why we are body and based on the
Not
based on the need it changes. Feel like
based on the need, it changes. That's not convincing because the needs keep on changing. But there is something happening, one more step there.
not having the satisfaction.
Okay, but why do we not have satisfaction in the goals we have? Because we are the ones who had those goals in the first place. No one chose the goals for us. It's not like I'm in North Korea and Kim Jong-un is choosing the goals for me. Right? So I am choosing the goals for myself.
We don't understand ourselves.
Okay, that's getting closer.
Because our body is physical in nature.
Okay. Now
Not
why can't but so what? So why did we not have the right goal in the first place? Okay.
not
Good.
realizing we know that the goal must
You don't know your real goal and no, but we have goals. You don't have a real goal, but we still have goals in our life. Secretly, what we are anticipating. Oh, there is a congratulations email. What is it going to be? We are in Maya, okay. But we are in Maya, okay. But we are in Maya of what? Huh? Maya means illusion. Now let's be specific. Understand the question. My question is, why do we change our goals? Why are our goals changing? Yes. Good, good, bro. Great answer. We think we are this body, and then what happens next? So why should our goals change then? If you think we are this body, let the goal be just on the platform of the body. Why should it change?
we expect the goal to give us pleasure, but in the end doesn't give.
I know, but why are we not able to have a goal that will keep giving us pleasure?
Some practice changes.
Why does it change?
So we have different needs. I want this thing now.
But why do I not know my needs to start with? Ah, that's okay. But you're getting there. But why do we? If we do not know who I am, I'll find out that answer first. That should be my goal now. But why are we not understanding who I am? Because that could also be a goal. I do not know who I am. That could be a goal. But we have not concluded that is our goal. Why is that?
By not knowing the goal if it is final or not. Like keep changing the goal.
Why does it change?
Because we don't know.
Yeah, I'm coming to the point. Our identities keep changing. Our identities itself keep changing. Because our identities keep changing, sometimes I think I am the soul. And while you're sitting here, you think, I do not know what my goal is. But when you're with your friends, you know this is the goal. We immediately become certain, our goal post immediately change, and you become certain about the goal. And then you again become doubtful about that goal. Why? Because your identities keep changing. Keep changing. So people say, listen to your inner voice. Our inner voice is trash. Why? Because it keeps changing. How do I trust it? I can't trust. But our inner voice becomes more valuable when we become more intelligent. Because the inner voice becomes more consistent. Inner voice becomes more consistent when we become purified. When you become purified, your inner voice becomes consistent. When we are impure, our inner voice, our identity keeps changing. Your identity changes, your philosophy changes. When your philosophy changes, your desires change. When your desires change, your activities change. You see, philosophy is the goal you have. And your goals change because you yourself believe you are 100 things in one moment. We don't know who we are. That's the reality. So that's the purpose of reading Bhagavad Gita, to understand, actually, I do not know who I am. That's a great realization, to know that I don't know myself. It's the greatest realization one could ever have in this human form of life, that when you realize in the course of your activities that I don't know who I am. I get these pulses sometimes, but again it goes back in the background. You're driving the car sometimes. When driving the car, you suddenly feel, oh, I don't know who I am. Who's driving the car? I don't know. Who's cooking? Who's speaking? You realize, actually, I don't know. I'm just like on auto mode. It's like I'm just doing things like on an auto mode. I don't know who I am. But again, you become confident falsely that I know. Like you get into Maya. You see? So this chanting Hare Krishna mantra uncovers this more and more and more. We realize, actually, the first step is like, you said that I don't know who I am. We don't know who we are. We realize that. When we realize we don't know who we are, we become humble. We become more doubtful of our own biases. We become more doubtful of what we think about others, what others think about me. Everything becomes less important because he thinks bad of me. Even I don't know who I am. How can he think bad of me? Right? I'm a work in progress. So don't be so worked up just because someone is thinking bad of me, because I'm a work in progress. Whatever I was yesterday, I'm not today. Anyone who's taking this bhakti yoga process seriously, he's constantly changing. He's constantly going forward. He's evolving every day. Okay. So take this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra seriously. Chanting of Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And this is a prayer to Krishna. Like, God, you're saying, God, I don't know who I am. But see my enormous confidence I have about my own biases, about my own desires. Please reveal me who I am. Please reveal my real identity beyond the nature of body, mind, intelligence. And as we say that, the real identity shines through as we ask Krishna. Just like when the clouds separate, the sun shines through. Similarly, the clouded mind separates and the real identity springs forth. We realize we are not this body, we are actually pure spirit soul. Okay. Any questions or comments? Any questions before we read the Bhagavad Gita one shloka? No questions. Okay. So we'll read third verse. It's a very beautiful verse, 17.3. Yes.
Not very much.
Uh-huh.
How much time or maybe it will take to just know who we are?
What does it take to know who we are? Association of those who know who they are.
Then how to know if they know that they
Okay, that's a
who
good
they are?
question. That's a good question. It takes intelligence. That's like to know gold, to buy gold, you must know what is gold. Right? You know the mercy of Krishna. You need to have the mercy of Krishna to identify a self-realized soul. So Krishna will give you divya drishti, spiritual intelligence to identify a sadhu. So if you are sincere, that's why I said we have to pray to God. We have to pray to Krishna. We have to cry to him. Cry like a small baby. Become simple in our heart. Right? When we become simple in our heart and cry to him, then he will show you he's a sadhu. Surrender to him. He's a guru. He's a sage. Surrender to him. He will give you eyes to identify. We can't see the sage, the sadhu, by our material eyes. Krishna says in the 11th chapter, who knows the shloka? Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. He says, I'll give you divine eyes. Because Arjuna cannot see the Vishwarupam, the cosmic form, the universal form of the Lord. He cannot see it. But Krishna said to Arjuna, Divyam dadami te chakshuhu. I'll give you divine eyes by which you can see me. With your current eyes, you cannot see me. Similarly, just like we cannot see with our current eyes, you will think this is a normal American. This is like a normal person. We underestimate people. You see? So we need Krishna's mercy to actually reveal to us whom we need to surrender. Okay? We have to cry to Krishna. By Krishna's mercy, we get a guru. And by Guru's mercy, we realize Krishna. Okay? So only one who cries to Krishna gets a genuine guru. You have to cry. Cry like a baby. We're crying right now for so many things of this world which are temporary. We have to kick out all of those things mercilessly. And until we do that, Krishna will not send us a genuine sadhu. And even if he does, we won't be identifying, we won't relate with him. We won't cry at his feet. We won't say, Guru, please give me love for Krishna. I'm hankering for this love. We won't cry at his lotus feet. No. We have to, the greed for love for God, it must become so great that it overpowers all the desires that we have. Just like there is a glass of poison. How do you empty the glass of poison? You take truckloads of mango juice and pour into that jar with poison. At one point, the jar will have 0% poison and it having 100% mango juice. You don't have to just say, pour out the poison. You don't have to do that. Just overflow it with mango juice. That's the way you get it out, you see. Similarly, overflow your heart with spiritual desires. Spiritual desires, right? That's the way we get out of material life. Okay. Okay, third shloka, we're reading 17.3. You can repeat after me. Sattvānurūpā sarvasya śraddhā-bhavati bhārata śraddhā-mayo puruṣo yo yac-chraddhaḥ eva saha sattvānurūpā sarvasya śraddhā-bhavati bhārata śraddhā-mayo puruṣo yo yac-chraddhaḥ eva saha. Does anyone want to read?
sattvānurūpā sarvasya śraddhā-bhavati bhārata śraddhā-mayo puruṣo yo yac-chraddhaḥ eva sa.
sattvānurūpā sarvasya śraddhā-bhavati bhārata śraddhā-mayo puruṣo yo yac-chraddhaḥ eva sa.
sattvānurūpā sarvasya śraddhā-bhavati bhārata śraddhā-mayo puruṣo yo yac-chraddhaḥ eva sa.
sattvānurūpā sarvasya śraddhā-bhavati bhārata śraddhā-mayo puruṣo yo yac-chraddhaḥ eva sa.
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva saha
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
sattvānurūpā sarvasya
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-bhavati bhārata
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
śraddhā-mayo puruṣo
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva saha
yo yac-chraddhaḥ sa eva sa
sattvānurūpā according to the existence
according to the existence
sarvasya
sarvasya
of everyone
shraddha
śraddhā faith
bhavati
becomes bhārata
Bharata
O son of Bharata
O son of Bharata
śraddhā faith
maya
full of I am this
puruṣa
living entity yaha who
yat
having which
śraddhā
faith saha thus eva certainly saha he
Thank you. Does anyone want to read the translation? Does anyone want to read the translation? Go ahead. Yeah. Jai.
O son of Bharata, according to one's existence.
No, that's fine.
I was just
He thought he was repeating. That's okay. You can.
my mistake.
O son of Bharata, according to one's existence under the various modes of nature, one evolves a particular kind of faith. The living being is said to be of a particular faith according to the modes he has acquired.
Very nice. Does anyone want to read the purport? The first paragraph, maybe. Yes.
Everyone has a particular type of faith, regardless of what he is. But his faith is considered good, passionate, or ignorant according to the nature he has acquired. Thus, according to his particular type of faith, one associates with certain persons. Now, the real fact is that every living being, as is stated in the 15th chapter, is originally a fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, one is originally transcendental towards the modes of material nature. But when one forgets his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and comes into contact with the material nature in conditional life, he generates his own position by association with the different varieties of material nature. The resultant artificial faith and existence are only material. Although one may be conducted by some impression or some conception of life, originally he is nirguna or transcendental. Therefore, one has to become cleansed of the material contamination that he has acquired in order to regain his relationship with the Supreme Lord. That is the only path back without fear. Krishna consciousness, if one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then that path is guaranteed for his elevation to the perfectional stage. If one does not take to this path of self-realization, then he is surely to be conducted by the influence of the modes of nature.
Anyone else wants to read the second paragraph of the purport?
The word Shraddha or faith is very significant in this verse. Shraddha or faith originates originally comes out of the modes of goodness. One's faith may be in a demigod or some created god or some mental concoction. One's strong faith is supposed to be productive of works of material goodness, but in material conditional life, no works are completely purified. They are mixed. They are not in pure goodness. Pure goodness is transcendental. In purified goodness, one can understand the real nature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As long as one's faith is not completely in purified goodness, the faith is subject to contamination by any of the modes of material nature. The contaminated modes of material nature expand to the heart. Therefore, according to the position of the heart in contact with a particular mode of material nature, one's faith is established. It should be understood that if one's heart is in the mode of goodness, his faith is also in the mode of goodness. If his heart is in the mode of passion, his faith is also in the mode of passion. And if his heart is in the mode of darkness, illusion, his faith is also thus contaminated. Thus, we find different types of faith in this world, and there are different types of religions due to different types of faith. The real principle of religious faith is situated in the mode of pure goodness, but because the heart is tainted, we find different types of religious principles. Thus, according to different types of faith, there are different kinds of worship.
It's a very nice shloka. This is the only verse you will find where you can analyze faith. Usually people will say faith is beyond analysis. But everyone has faith in different things. We discussed this last week. People believe by shopping I can be happy. It's a faith. By traveling I'll be happy. It's a faith. Or I am this body. It's a faith. Or people think I am white. Or I'm American. That's a faith. So there are faiths in the mode of passion, goodness, and ignorance. Everyone here knows about the three modes, three gunas. Three gunas. Everyone knows. You know three gunas? Yeah. Okay. I'll just maybe share this. Can someone turn on the projector? So I'll just maybe show you. So the soul actually is eternal. So the whole philosophy of variability, where does variability come from? Variability means if I am also meant to be joyful, you're also meant to be joyful, the dog is also meant to be joyful. Every person is meant to be joyful and happy and cheerful and eternal. Now, how do you explain different types of thoughts in different people? Why are some people cruel? Why are some people evil? Why are some people lazy? Why are some people generous? Why are some people jealous? Why is there a difference? What is the answer? What is the answer? Why are there differences among so many people? There are so many religions. There are so many different types of philosophies. There are people who think differently, and we ourselves think differently. Sometimes we feel very spiritual, but the next moment, after 1 hour, we feel like the most unusual cravings. Where did it come from? How many of you felt that? Where did it come from? I thought I was very spiritual. Where did this come from? So within ourselves, we have so many multiple personality disorder. So where does this come from? Why is there so much variety in this world? What is the answer of Bhagavad Gita? Does anyone know the verse? Okay. But what is the answer?
Influence of the modes. Everybody.
Influence of the modes. You know the shloka? Gunas, good. So basically we are contacting, you can repeat after me, Karanam Guna Sangasya Sadasat Yoni Janmasu. So Karanam means cause. What is the cause of so much confusion I'm undergoing? Answer is very simple. Answer is very simple. All the variabilities, everything, any variety you see within the same person or with different people, with different nationalities, with different religions, with different political parties, everything, atheist, agnostic, whatever, call it. The answer is 3 words. That's all. Sattvaguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. 3 modes. When I associate with a certain mode of goodness, These are the three forces in this world. When someone associates with a combination of these forces, that's what we call a personality. He's a good person in general, but sometimes he can become really angry. Which means there is a combination of goodness, passion, and ignorance in a very unique way in this person that makes him that person. That makes him that person. But what is he originally? He's originally a. What is he originally? He's a soul. Originally, he's a soul. Everyone, all of us are diamonds. But the diamond is covered by different types of dirt and different extents of dirt. And so the diamond doesn't shine. And sometimes we lose hope that I will never shine. I'm a useless person. Someone told me that, the devotee told me, one person had called him up, and he told her, and she told him that I'm going to commit suicide because my husband left me. Everyone left me. Now I don't have any friends. I'm going to commit suicide. Why? Because we lose sight of the fact of actually I'm a pure part and parcel of the Lord. We forget that. And we think because I see dirt all around me, I feel I'm dirty. Because I'm associating with dirt. I mentioned this many times. How do we get desires? Through association, we get desires. Desires are what we borrow. Desires are what we borrow. It is not like I'm originally I desire something. This is me. No, it is not like that. I borrow desires. I go to a house. Someone has a big LED TV. I borrow that desire to buy a similar LED TV. I never had that feeling at all. But sangha sanjayate kamaha. We borrow desires. Now I see Sai Ram Prabhu serving so nicely. I borrow the spiritual desires to serve nicely like him. You can borrow a material desire, you can also borrow a spiritual desire. People think spiritual life is to not have desires. No, it's to have desire to serve God. So I can borrow a spiritual desire. I see Pradyum Prabhu signing up to make 12 cups of rice. First time he's cooking. He just learned cooking and he's wanting to cook for everyone. You see? So I borrow some spiritual desire by seeing Pradyum Prabhu. Right? I saw them serving in the farm. Right? Both of them, husband and wife. And I borrowed, wow, this is how I must serve as a couple. I borrowed desire. You see, so from each one of us, we can borrow desires when we associate with each other more closely. You borrow, what do you borrow? You borrow spiritual desires. I want to serve like this. I want to become humble like this. I want to chant in the morning like that. When I saw Mahotsav Prabhu, he was memorizing shlokas for so long in the morning. Like he's studying for an exam. Before the Mangalarati. Mangalarati is 4:30. Before 4:30, he just wakes up and then Mangala. He's studying for an exam. So I borrowed the spiritual desire to memorize shlokas like him by seeing him. You see? So in this way, when we stay with nice devotees, advanced devotees, when we associate with them, which is why we are starting to having the morning program, not for nothing. Why? We have a opportunity to engage more closely and get more spiritual desires. But if we sleep in the morning, then what happens? We don't have an opportunity to then get spiritual desires, borrow spiritual desires. So more often we associate with devotees, more better is the chance we borrow these spiritual desires. And spiritual desires will make me happy. Material desires will make me jealous, will make me insecure, will make me greedy, will make me compare, will make me, this is because it is in mode of passion. Spiritual desires, it's not spiritual, quote unquote, spiritual. It is something, strictly spiritually speaking, it is in the mode of goodness. It is the door to spiritual life. Sattva guna desires, you could say like that. So, just to give you an idea of what the modes are, we never had the journey of self-discovery course here, so I just thought maybe I can just show you this. You can see this? Oh, I'll just show you this. Okay. You can see this. So this is a need to find here. Let's see. It's been very long since I opened this. It's been 5-6 years actually. Okay. Okay, let's start here. So you see 3 pictures here. Correct? Everyone can see, or maybe you can turn the projector a little bit so that they can also see. Turn the sense, you can maybe project it here.
No, that's
Yeah.
good.
Huh?
Good way to see.
You can see, all of you can see?
Yes.
Okay, correct. Okay, you can't see. Okay, good. See, better at optics. He's better at optics than me. I know. Okay. So you can move where it was. Sorry. Okay, good. Everyone can see, right? So, whatever we think we are, our faith, many people say, I don't believe in Bhagavad Gita. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in anything. So, everyone has to believe in something. And that belief can be categorized into goodness, passion, and ignorance. These are the energies that are present in this material world, the material energy. Imagine it like a, what do you say, like a rope you hang on to. One rope will take you, or like maybe a better example is the gloves you wear on. That's why I've given this example of gloves. So the modes are like a gloves we are wearing. Imagine, now you have to roll puris. Who's the best in rolling puris here? I shouldn't ask that question. Who's very good at making puris here? I can make puris really fast. Really fast. Okay. So if Mataji wanted to make puris now, say imagine I give her boxing gloves. Okay. She has to wear boxing gloves and she has to roll tortillas or puris. Can you do that? No, you can't do that. It's very difficult. Okay. Now imagine I gave her some cricket gloves. Okay, and then she has to roll. Little easier? Little easier or no, not so easier? Little easier. But completely there? Difficult. Okay. So you had some surgeon gloves, the first image. Does it get any better? Get better. As good as bare hands or no? Not so much, but pretty close. Pretty close. So the tendencies we have, that is, we are hiding ourselves, is compared to the surgeon's gloves. The surgeon gloves is called the sattva guna, mode of goodness. It's called mode of goodness. Where you like yourself. Where you like yourself. If you do activities in the mode of goodness, you will be very proud of yourself. I did this. Like Pradyum Prabhu told me, I feel very happy I'm chanting 4 rounds. Right? So that's good. You like yourself because you're doing activity that your soul likes, actually. You're very happy I came here. I'm very happy to have met all of you because your soul likes it. Your soul is not threatened. When we are with very competitive people, they threaten us. They want to put us down. So we feel very threatened in their presence. There is a mode of passion. So we are not able to solve our problems. Another example you could give is someone putting a thread into a needle. Thread into a needle is you're trying to connect things together in this life. You're trying to connect. What do I have to learn from here? But you're not able to get anywhere because the mind is covered by the boxing gloves. So many coverings are there. So many thoughts are there. So much agitation is there. The mind is the instrument. What is the mind? It is the instrument. You need the mind and intelligence to solve your problem, to understand who you are, where you need to go. Agree? But if someone sits on the top of the mind and intelligence and covers it completely, can you do any of it? No. These 2 guys, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, has covered the mind and intelligence and is not letting us find out who am I. So what is Rajoguna? Rajoguna means passionate, eager to start something but not knowing where it goes, going in the flow of things. I want to go to all my friends' children are going to Sudoku class. When we were small, I don't know if it's still a big thing. It is this Chinese game, right? What is it? You have to count. Huh? Abacus, abacus. It's still there? Still there? Abacus classes are there still? Oh, okay. Still popular. Okay. More popular. Okay. When I was there, it was like, it's like heavy crazy. Everyone was like abacus. If your children are not going to abacus classes, you are damned. Right? So it's the momentum of the world. You need to watch Instagram. You need to have a Netflix account. You need to dress like in a certain way. You need to be watching social media for so long. You need to have new dresses. You need to have a certain brand. Compulsive behavior. You need to have this brand of car. Compulsive behaviors that a society is doing. Rajoguna faith means where you feel you have strong faith. Until I do this, I won't be accepted. I won't be happy. The compulsiveness to follow this world. Where is this world going? To just sorrow and misery. That's all. So this compulsive behavior to follow the crowd is called mode of passion. I'll watch this video. Why? Because it got 6 billion views. I don't know why I'm watching this video. Because there's 6 billion views, this will be a good video. Mode of passion. So everyone has faith that is working underground. You don't realize it. The faith is what is making you have a certain conviction, certain goals, certain ideas, certain desires, and certain actions ultimately. And what happens when you read Bhagavad Gita is that you become doubtful of your current faith. You become doubtful of your current faith. So I mentioned this many times. The goal of spiritual life is to not just have faith. It is to also create doubt. To create doubt in the illusory life that we are living. Thinking that this is true, where everyone is certain that I'm happy. Everyone is certain, though they are suffering. Everyone is certain that I'm going to be here forever. Everyone is certain that all of this is mine. This is certainty. And when you read Bhagavad Gita, you'll become doubtful about that. Rightly so. Rightly so. And that is the foundation where you can have faith in what Bhagavad Gita is saying. Because your hand is full. Your hand is full. How can you hold Bhagavad Gita? You need to drop what you're holding, and then someone can give something to you. So our faith right now is filled with false faith. Prabhupada is giving a beautiful purport. Prabhupada says the resultant artificial faith and existence. It is a artificial faith. Why is it artificial? Because we ourselves change it. Okay. So this is the nature of our mindsets, you see. But the real fact is that we are originally fragmental part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And we are beyond these three modes. In Sattva Guna, you will feel very peaceful. In Rajoguna, you will feel very agitated. In Tamoguna, you will feel like, I won't follow the crowd. Let everyone go to work. I'll sleep on the couch. You will be indifferent for the wrong reason. You will be indifferent for the wrong reason. You can be indifferent because of knowledge or laziness. So, Tamoguna, mode of ignorance, means we ignore the world because of laziness, because of drugs, because of smoking, because of drinking, and we feel miserable. A Tamoguna person doesn't have any goal. A Rajoguna person, a mode of passion, has a material goal. A person in the mode of goodness has a spiritual goal. And a person who's beyond the mode of goodness, passion and ignorance has already achieved the spiritual goal. You hear what I'm saying? He's already achieved the. This is called Nirguna. What is it called? Beyond the moods. Beyond the moods. And that is your position. Our position, all our positions. Our position is that we are Nirguna, without any material qualities, but realizing the spiritual qualities of the Lord. So everyone has faith. Everyone has faith. Faith in their own mind. We have faith in our own mind. That whatever my mind says, it is true. What I feel is what I will do. Everyone has faith. I don't feel like waking up today. I won't wake up. I don't feel like reading Bhagavad Gita today. I don't feel like. I don't feel like taking class today. I don't feel like it. I don't feel like chanting today. It's boring. So our feelings, when we believe our feelings, it is a recipe for chaos. Because the feelings are a part of mode of goodness. And we are not just made of one modes. We are made of mixture of modes. Today it is 20% sattva guna, 50% rajo guna, whatever it is. But when you come here, your sattva guna quotient increases. The more you pay attention, faster it will increase. If you're really paying attention, really going deep, it will go 20, it will go to 94, 95. And you will realize, wow. You will doubt everything you have ever lived. And if you're able to sustain it, boom, you're out of the matrix. So when you associate with Srila Prabhupada's purports, when you read these books, you are changing your destiny because you're changing your mind, because your mind is a source of your destiny. Simple. You're changing your destiny. You're associating with a pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. And when you associate with Srila Prabhupada, who's purely realized, he's on the transcendental platform. And whatever he speaks is also transcendental platform. When you touch that, keep on touching that, then you are immediately transported to the spiritual platform. I give this example. There is an iron rod. That iron rod is it keeps on touching fire. What will be the quality of the iron rod? What will be the quality of iron rod? How hot will it be? As good as fire. As good as fire. It's an iron rod. When it is touching, fire. Similarly, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your past is. And you also should not care what your past is. And Krishna also doesn't care what your past is. He's ready to completely transform all of us. How? We have to associate with pure spiritual knowledge. If we associate with it, and it is coming from the sadhus, it is coming from the pure realized souls. If we associate with it, if we touch that current, how often to touch? Keep touching. Don't stop touching. If you stop touching, you will touch something else. And as soon as you touch something else, you'll become infected. You'll be infected with Rajoguna, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Again, you start desiring something. You think maybe I should go out. Maybe I don't know, I should marry again. Maybe I should change my partner. Maybe I should change this. Maybe I should change that. Maybe I change my house. Maybe I change my hairstyle. Maybe I hate this person. Maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe she hates me. Maybe he hates me. You enter into a world of confusion, realm of confusion. This is called samsaradava nalalidhaloka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam. This is called forest fire. We are in a forest fire of confusion where we touch something and we get slapped. We get into delusion. We go into a store and we start desiring something we absolutely don't need. And the children also don't need. And we think my child will believe that I'll excite him with this toy. Child gets excited for 5-10 minutes and he says, you're a bad father. My friend has a better toy. So we feel our children need toys. They need toys. They don't need anything of this. They don't need anything of this. They just need spiritual association. That's all they need. That's all they need. They don't need all this garbage. The less garbage they have of this, the better it is for them. Because this is Rajoguna and Tamoguna, it will spoil our intelligence. It will spoil our intelligence. Tada rajastamo bhavaha kamalobhadayastaya. It is merely a nuisance. It will bewilder. Rajoguna will distort, Tamoguna will cover. Distort means it will make you believe. Illusion means what? It will make you believe. Like illusion makes the lion in the circus believe that it belongs in the circus. Lion belongs to the forest. But because of illusion, because it's in lion believe, I believe. This is called belief in the mode of ignorance. A lion is also believing. What is it believing? That I belong in the circus. This is belief, is it not? So we are all believing. I will just do so much spiritual life. I'll simply come here every Saturday. I'll read little Bhagavad Gita, chant little Hare Krishna mantra, and I'll go happy with my material life. And that belief is what is stopping us from making progress. Why are we not making progress? Because of our beliefs. Because we believe this is what I am. I am this body. I belong in this family. I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to eat here. I'm going to go and work in the factory. I'm going to make money. After making money, I'll buy this. After buying this, body, I'll be happy. This is a belief, and we have this belief. Monday to Friday, I'll work hard. Saturday, I'll buy something for my wife or my husband or my child. I'll take him up north. I'll go to this thing. I'll go to New York. I'll go to Niagara. And after that, I'll take a selfie and I'll be happy. Such a long process to become happy. Oof. So tiresome. That is why Krishna says, Rasastu phalam dukkham. It is misery in the beginning, misery in the middle, misery in the end. Planning for a vacation, misery. Going to the vacation, misery. After coming from the vacation, tired and misery. Right? But you can have a spiritual vacation any day. Take a vacation. Go on the flight of Hare Krishna mantra. Zoom, go above the clouds of Maya and float in ecstasy. Anytime, wherever you are, it's possible. Just take a walk alone and then reflect on a Bhagavad Gita. Retract your senses from the whole world and put it in that shloka. Meditate on that shloka. Dive into that shloka. Unearth the meanings of that shloka. And there you have 10 minutes of quality spiritual vacation in your life. That you cannot, free vacation. Free vacation, but no crowd, there is no queue, everyone goes gaga for everything else, but there is no queue, there is no demand. Supply is unlimited, but there is no demand, right? But the demand is so much for something of this material world which supply is lacking, and there is no sukham there. Niranandam, asat, achit, nirananda. There is no pleasure here whatsoever. But everyone is being deluded. Mahamoham. Great delusion. So faith means you must have faith in this knowledge. Doubt everything that you have experienced so far. Because none of that except Krishna consciousness, if at all I've experienced it, that is really true. Because it is passing. You yourself are doubting it. That's why you're here. It is not that I'm only doubting it. I'm asking you to doubt. You yourself doubt it. Yourself doubt whatever you've experienced. I'm just sanctioning that doubt by a philosophical basis. I'm just validating, that's a better word. I'm just validating that doubt you always had about material life with a philosophical logic to it from speaking from the Bhagavad Gita. Because we are doubtful at the end of the day. So let's not have faith in the fact that enjoying this world is happiness, that is mode of passion. Or the faith in the mode of ignorance means I'll just switch off my mind, intelligence, body. Sit down and then browse. This is where I'm not engaged in anything. I just want to die for some time. I just want to lose control for some time. This is called mode of ignorance faith. If I lose control of everything in my life, I'll become happy. I lose control of my words, I'll drink. I lose control of my hands, my eyes, let me watch some movies for 4 hours. I lose control. This is mode of ignorance. pleasure out of losing control. Losing control of our life. So Krishna saying, everyone has faith. Everyone has faith. So the faith that we have is artificial. It is artificial faith. So question your faith. Religion does not mean believe. People say religion means you believe. But what is Krishna saying? Question your current faith. That's what Krishna is saying. See if there is validity to it. Analyze it. You will realize you are a fool. That's it. Question it. So, but the good news is that we can just associate with the Hare Krishna mantra, this Bhagavad Gita, hear this fountain of spiritual knowledge emanating from the lotus lips of Srila Prabhupada. You just have to just stand in that stream of knowledge. If you stand in the stream of knowledge, we will be washed of all doubts, all hankerings, all fear. I'll become completely clean. And the diamond that was covered with all sorts of dirt resumes its original nature and shines resplendently, beautifully. And we will resume our real Swarupa. Right? So Prabhupada is saying, if one is situated in Krishna consciousness, then that path is guaranteed for his elevation. So don't be buoyed into this world, which is ridden with illusion, which again will bring us to the path of birth, death, disease, and old age. Let us not be cheated by our mind. We are being cheated by our own mind. This mind is a rascal. This mind is a rascal. He needs to be trained again and again and again. Anyone who wants to take spiritual life seriously must be afraid of the mind. Afraid means we are very vulnerable. Afraid in the sense cautious, that's a better word. Cautious of the mind. You don't need to be afraid. You have to be cautious, very alert. So if we understand this, my mind, my worst enemy is right within me. My worst enemy is not anywhere outside. It is right within me. And I need protection from my worst enemy. And where is he sitting? Right within me. And I'm so used to taking advice from him. That has been my entire life from Janma. What have I done? What do I feel I'll do? I feel like shouting at my son, I'll shout. I feel like shouting at my wife, I shout. I've been very instinctual all my life. And now I have to change course. Is it easy or difficult? Easy or difficult? Easy and difficult. If you are really crying, take shelter. You understand the magnitude of this problem. You say, Krishna, let me not forget you. Every step I should move very carefully. Every move must be very calculated. What I do next, what I eat next, how I think, what I hear, what YouTube channel I'm subscribing to, what do I watch in the morning, when do I wake up, how do I go to sleep. Every move must be calculated. Because at any point, I can be cheated by my mind. Initially, it might appear very difficult and overwhelming. But if you do that for a few days, you'll achieve an overwhelming amount of happiness and a sense of control you have about your life that exceeds any amount of happiness that we would have ever experienced in our life. The mode of happiness, the knowledge coming from the mode of goodness. Happiness coming from the mode of goodness. But if one does not take to this path of realization, then we have to be conducted by the modes of nature. That is why we have a program. We have a morning program. We wake up in the morning. We chant our Hare Krishna mantra every day. Minimum 16 rounds. If not, at least gradually come to the point of 16 rounds. And how do we do that? We wake up early in the morning. Before we go to the office, before our day starts, we start chanting Hare Krishna mantra. And through the day, we don't log on to social media and say what they have to say. Don't associate with people who are in the modes of passion and ignorance. It's going to make our disease even worse. Why do you want to do that? Why do you want to pour mud over all of your face? Don't do that. Associate with Bhagavad Gita. If you have some time, hear Bhagavad Gita. Take it seriously. Should not waste our life. This life is very short. This life is very short. And we don't take any food we see, because food also can be the mode of goodness, passion, ignorance. One who cooks it, if it's in the mode of ignorance, then we get mode of ignorance. Someone cooks in the mode of passion, you get the mode of passion. Someone cooks in the mode of goodness, you get mode of goodness. Someone cooks it with love for Krishna, you get love for Krishna. So any food you take, then no, that's going to contaminate your thinking. Every move must be calculated, because everything can be either in the mode of goodness, and if it is in the passion and ignorance, you know what the story is. That's just our past. History will repeat itself. You see? But if you want a new lease of life, I want to completely erase my past. Krishna, please help me. Then we have to take his instructions very seriously, coming in the form of a spiritual master. And then follow the program to the dot. And if we do that, then definitely we'll be purified of all of contaminations. But if you're a little lax, if you're a little casual, I'll just do, when I feel like it, then no, you're not going to make the cut. It's not possible. You have to be really serious. We have to be serious to make spiritual advancement, to change our faith. Our faith right now is cheating us. That I'll watch something, I'll leave myself to the care of social media. In this way, so many different types of faith. I'll be rude, I'll be happy. I'll shout, I'll be happy. I'll watch porn, I'll be happy. So many different types of faith in these different modes. And we strongly believe that. Don't think you don't believe that. We believe it actually pretty much. That is why we do what we do. Now we need to really believe that we believe these things. Then only we will take shelter. If we don't believe that we are believing these things, you see, then you'll think, no, I'm good. I'm actually a pretty self-realized soul. I should be in the Guru Parampara there. We should believe that we have these false beliefs. Do we or do we not?
Yes.
We do. Very badly we have these false beliefs. Now we need to really beg hard to Krishna to unearth these beliefs, false beliefs. I'm this body, I'm this mind, I'm this intelligence, you are this body, you are the mind, you are fair, you are dark, you are black, you are white, you are Indian, you are Hispanic, you are Latino, I am gay, I am lesbian, I am straight, LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, F, all of that, all the pronouns, trash. Nothing of this. I'm nothing of this. I'm pure spirit soul. I have nothing to do any of this. I'm not American, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. I'm nothing of this. I'm pure spirit, part and parcel of the Lord. I'm eternal, I'm full of knowledge, I'm full of bliss. This is who I am. You see, this conviction we must have, and how do we have it? We're associating with the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So I'll stop here. Any questions or comments are welcome. Any questions? Yes.
How do you unearth the beliefs, Prabhu? The false beliefs that you have.
How do we
Unearth the false beliefs.
We have to hear, because false beliefs are in the mode of passion and ignorance. They are like darkness. And how can you avoid shadows? You have to turn to light. You have to turn to light. Have you ever seen shadows on the, on the sun's surface? No. And as soon as you turn towards the sun, there are no shadows. You don't see shadows. But as soon as you turn away from the sun, you see shadows. Similarly, the only way to recognize our illusions is that we must always be in the current of spiritual knowledge. We must continuously hear. Minimum 4 or 5 hours we must hear spiritual knowledge. Then only again and again and again and again and again we have to hear. And if you hear that, I remember 2015-16, when His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj was saying something very similar, I recollected one of my experience also. Like, I remember I had a Toyota Camry, and I always heard that everything is Krishna's. But one day when I opened my door, at that point, when my hand was holding on to the door handle, I realized, actually, you know what? This hand is also Krishna's. This car is also Krishna. This door handle is also Krishna's. By hearing it again and again and again and again and again, one day somehow the spot came, but again because I didn't beg sufficiently, it didn't sustain. It again went back to the background. But then you, oh, I'm not this. Oh, this actually is Krishna's. Oh, this voice is Krishna's. Sometimes people say this class was enormous. I mean, the class was amazing. Why? Somehow Krishna is merciful and he gave me some realization. While I'm speaking, I'm feeling what I'm speaking. And then it's very effective. It makes a great impact. Why? Because somehow Krishna is merciful and is giving that realization. So we have to hear again and again and again and again. Sometimes even the same lecture. Again we have to hear. Again we have to hear. And only when we hear this so many times, because we have millions of lifetimes we have believed that I am this body. At least we must hear 10, 15, 20 times every day that we are not this body. Is it not? Because the rest, other moments, we are believing that we are this body. We have to counter it pretty strongly. Garner all the forces, all the arsenal, and then shoot it down. Shoot him down like crazy. One lecture is coming there, another book is coming there, another kirtan is coming there, another prasadam is coming there. All the ammunition, right? Like an AK-47, like that. All the ammunition is pouncing on that false belief. The false belief cannot sustain itself. It breaks open. Just like you have a coconut, you keep hitting the same part. Ting, ting. Sometimes it doesn't open, but you keep on hitting and then it breaks open. And you get the flesh meat of the coconut. You drink cool water, coconut water, like that. So you need to keep hitting again and again. Hear, attentively hear. And while you hear, surrender. Pray. Let me understand this. Let me understand this. I need to get out of this illusion that I am in. Krishna, please help me. Beg, pray, persevere. Take blessings, associate of those people who already have gotten out of this illusion. In this way, you have to persevere. It's not easy. But it's all worth it. Because even a little coconut water you taste, it is worth all the hitting of the coconut. It's so sweet. Krishna consciousness is so sweet. You see? Has it answered? Any other questions? Any other questions?
How do we know how the mode of goodness actions? It's just the goal. Mode of goodness is the goal, but it looks like it's just a step that's further beyond that.
Yeah, mode of goodness is like the wick that has the lamp of spiritual knowledge. So at one point, that lamp will consume the wick also. So we don't have to do anything. The lamp itself will consume the wick. Similarly, when you're continuously practicing Krishna consciousness, we'll come to the mode of goodness, and the Krishna consciousness itself will consume the mode of goodness also. Okay, we'll come to the transcendental platform. Any other questions? Okay. Do you have any questions? First time.
Questions. That's what I do the whole night. This is one.
You can ask one if you want. The one that's most pressing, or there's too much information for one class.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Too a lot.
Very understandable.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. The soul and the three modes. That's it. And when you combine these three things, that's like you have three colors. And you mix these three colors in different proportions, you get different colors. Is it not? Similarly, we are all souls. You combine the sattva guna and rajoguna and tamoguna in different proportions. You have Sai Ram Prabhu, you have Pradyum, you have this, you have that, you have Jai, and so many proportions, so many combinations. You see? So when we are free of these three modes, we will actually realize we are all actually pure spirit. We are actually the same spiritual quality. We'll realize that unity. But we have to get free of these modes. Does it make sense? Does it make it simpler?
What I think if you asked a question.
Did she ask a question initially? Okay.
Yeah, so who is Krishna?
Oh, okay, good. Who is Krishna? That's a beautiful question. Okay. It's a difficult question because I don't know completely yet still, but I'll try to answer as best as I could. So, Krishna is another name, to put it very simply, Krishna's the name, one of the names of God. God has multiple names, million names. Actually, all names point to him only. But Krishna means all attractive. So, everything in this world owes its attractiveness to the absolute truth. But it's not, it's misleading to call Krishna as God only, because our idea of God might be is that there is some person sitting up there and he is the God. So Krishna is also beyond this world. God as Krishna is all attractive. The literal meaning of the word Krishna is all attractive. It is that he is the source of everything that exists at all. Everything. Even our sense of fear, hate also comes from the same source. Everything. And we are also coming from him. The same person. And it's like Krishna can be compared to a sun and we are like a sunshine. So usually when people talk about God, they don't understand what is God's activities. How does God look like? Okay, what is God's names? So they will just say there is someone called God. Their knowledge stops there. But in the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita and the wisdom of Vedic tradition, Eastern tradition, great yogis, great devotees have gone so far that they are able to realize what are the activities of God. What does God do? So what does he look like? And what is his nature? And what does he look like? It is not a material form like I have with flesh or this or that. His form itself is made of consciousness. His form itself is made of consciousness. And how is that? For us, it's difficult to understand because we are on the mental platform. So we cannot understand God right now because we are trying to use our mind to understand God. But God is spiritual and our mind is material in nature. So when we surrender to God, Krishna, who is the speaker of this book called Bhagavad Gita, so he's saying how to realize him. By what process? Why is it that you cannot understand me? He's saying, and which are the three modes. We are covered by these three modes. Tribir gunamayer bhavaihi ebihi sarvamidam jagat mohitam nabi janati mamebhyah paramavlyam. Everyone is covered by these three modes, so they don't see me. You can see me because I'm within everyone's heart. Krishna is there within your heart. Has always been there within your heart. He'll continue to be there. When you go back home, he's there within your heart. But we don't see Krishna because we are covered by our mind. We are covered by these three modes. So Krishna is saying, I want to meet you. I love you. Can you please do this? I'm waiting to reach out to you, but you're not listening to me because you're absorbed in this mind. You're too busy in illusion. Can you please have a loving affair with me? I earn for your love. So that is his proposal to us, and he's within everyone's heart. Within the heart of the grasshopper, within the heart of an ant, everyone's heart. Agnostic, atheist, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Parsi, Jew, whoever you are. And he only speaks as the conscience sometimes. And sometimes we don't hear that conscience because we are too polluted. So Krishna is the absolute truth. Is that clear? Okay. Any other questions? I can take one more.
How do you know when you're doing right by Krishna?
How do you know?
Doing the right thing by Krishna.
Oh, wow. Great question. How do you know you are doing the right thing to know about Krishna? So there are two ways to know. One way is that it's not ambiguous. The knowledge coming from Krishna is there in the form of texts that can help us. Okay, so by associating, by asking those who are advanced in this knowledge, we will know whether we are doing the right thing or the wrong thing. That's an easy way. They can tell, okay, these activities will take you farther. This activity will take you closer. Okay. That's the most reliable way. I would say the most reliable way. It is the reliable way. And the other way is also when we are a little more advanced, we ourselves will be able to know. That's only when we are really advanced. When you're really advanced, we will know, just like when you eat nicely, you don't have to tell anyone. You don't have to ask anyone whether I have eaten sufficiently or not. Right? Can you move? Yeah. You don't have to ask anyone. You yourself know by experience that you have eaten a good meal. Similarly, when someone is experiencing Krishna, they themselves know that I am actually going the right path because I'm aware of who I am. And all my false beliefs, false desires are going away. And I feel so liberated. One will feel very light. One's mind will be fixed in the Lord. So in this way, there are many symptoms that are experienced in the Bhagavad Gita by which we can test ourselves whether we are going the right path or not. Does that make sense? So there are symptoms. It's not like a blind belief. If you meet these symptoms, then you are realized. If you don't meet the symptoms, then I have some way more to go. You see? Nice questions. Thank you. You're intelligent. Okay. If no one has any more questions, we'll chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra. We'll do one round of japa. And then we'll go for prasad.